Welcome. My name is Chef Dr. Robert Dell'Amore with the Power of Food Productions. For this episode, delicious vegetarian gourmet pizza made at home. A recipe I think you will agree is out of this world, so easy, and I promise you one of the best slices of pizza you ever had. We're going to feature some caramelized onion and sauteed garlic with mushrooms and spinach. Let's get started, okay? I'm going to take my onion, which I've cut in half and peeled. I'm going to slice her nice and thin first. I'm going to slice her in thirds, and then slice nice and thinly. Again, I'm going to cut across it twice, and then this onion is going to cook faster and better because it's sliced so thinly. What we want to do is we want to cook it down and caramelize it and get it to look like this. Beautifully caramelized. It's going to condense in size, but just expand and explode in flavor and sweetness. This will take about 20 minutes to get it like this. I've gone ahead and prepared it ahead of time for us so we could save time. I want to show you what I love to do with my mushrooms, because we're going to feature these mushrooms on our pizza, and the first thing we need to do is prepare our garlic, okay? So I'm going to take my knife and first slice my garlic. About 4 cloves of garlic here, and I like to have it on hand, ready to rock. Here I'm going to rock the blade, okay? Okay. This garlic is ready to roll, okay? I'm going to have this on the side here while I prepare my mushrooms. Now, my button mushrooms that I love to cook with are loaded with niacin, selenium, folate, vitamin A, vitamin D, just an incredible food because it's not a vegetable and it's not a fruit, okay? Now, you can take it like this and slice it in half and then pull the knife like this with your finger on top, okay? Making thin slices, just using the tip of the blade. I'm using my beautiful ceramic slicing knife, which I absolutely love. Or you can just take the knife and slice very thinly. I need this mushroom very thin, so it cooks fast. It's going to melt in the pan and melt in your mouth. Okay, slicing the mushroom is a great way to get kids and adults that never liked mushrooms to not only try the mushroom, but actually fall in love with it. And we're going to feature it today on our pizza, and I think you're going to agree it's just absolutely delicious. Okay, we're going to need to get our pan nice and hot with some extra virgin olive oil. Okay, just enough to coat the bottom of the pan. We could always add more. Going to get this going, and again, the mushroom's going to slice very thinly. The mushroom's going to cook faster and better. Okay, it's going to pick up all the flavor of the olive oil, and when we introduce it together with the onions, it's just absolutely a match made in heaven. What I like to do is add my mushrooms first, and then add my garlic next. Okay, and this allows the mushroom to cook down a little bit. Got some cooked, sliced here. And it prevents the garlic from burning, okay? So this mushroom is going to act like a sponge. You really just soak up this olive oil. It's going to bring big flavor, okay? I'm going to add my garlic to my mushrooms. And we're gonna let these saute, okay? So my garlic's on top. I know it's not gonna burn like this. My mushrooms are starting to cook. They're starting to caramelize on the bottom. Touching the bottom of the pan where the caramelization is gonna take place. So now I like to add a little bit of my dry herbs, which is my dry oregano. Just love this combination. Dry oregano and dry basil. My favorite combination. I love this combination with eggs in the morning, with meat, with chicken. Okay, and this place just smells so incredible right now from this oregano and basil. Now, I'm introducing another 2 new spices to you via the whole seed. I have toasted cumin seeds and toasted coriander seeds. And I think you'll agree, if you try this combination, to toast them first in a dry pan and then add them to a mortar and crush them with the pestle. The toasted seeds are going to actually pulverize under the force of this pestle. And this combination of toasted coriander seeds and toasted cumin seeds is a whole nother level. And I love sharing this with my students, this combination. The coriander seed is just gives off an incredible nutty, citrusy aroma and flavor. And when it's combined with the toasted cumin seed, it's divine. Okay, we're going to add this to our chicken or meat dishes or this mushroom dish. Okay, let's get this going here. Okay, my mushroom's cooking down nicely. I've got my flame on high. The garlic now, I smell it, it's delicious, just incredible. Again, when we keep our mushrooms in the refrigerator, we want to keep them open air like this. Never in a Tupperware, always open like this. They may brown a little bit, but that's fine, because you can take the center of the mushroom out, and if you're going to serve these for Thanksgiving maybe, stuffed, and you have a little bit of browning here, you can just take your finger, your thumb, and just peel this outside of the mushroom like so. And the mushroom looks like you just purchased it that morning. Okay, look how beautiful. Okay, you can brush this with olive oil, and that would be delicious. Okay, so to clean the mushroom, we're just going to wipe it with a dry paper towel. And again, they go right in the refrigerator, and they're going to stay much longer like this than in the blue plastic container. Okay, now a little trick that chefs like to use is to add butter or soy sauce, teriyaki or hoisin sauce. I like to add balsamic vinegar. And the balsamic, I believe it just gives an incredible complexity of flavor. Really a whole nother level, and I prefer it over red wine or white wine with the mushroom. Now I'm going to add a little bit of this spice mixture, the toasted whole coriander seed and the toasted whole cumin seed that I crushed in my mortar and pestle. And wow, now the aroma is incredible. Okay? Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to add our onion to our mushroom mix. Okay. And don't forget, this onion would be divine, delicious with some eggs in the morning, right? A nice omelet, as would these mushrooms, okay? So now we're just really just building and building flavor here with these caramelized onions and the mushroom. I'm going to add a little bit of sun-dried tomatoes. These are special ingredients that add big flavor. It's a much sweeter flavor than a regular tomato, and it's really just a perfect combination with the onion, the garlic, and the mushroom. Once this starts to really cook down, you can see it's caramelizing beautifully. I'm going to add a little spinach right to it. And you can see that I'm cooking this all in one pan. If I was cooking the onions in the same pan, again, the onions, sun-dried tomatoes, let them caramelize, and then I would add my mushrooms and my garlic. Now, I want to show you how I like to keep the organic spinach with paper towel on either side so that it stays 3 times longer without any moisture. This is picking up any moisture that collects in the refrigerator. All the vegetables do it. Okay, they're full of water, so the cold environment of the refrigerator causes them to sweat, and that's really the killer for the greens. Okay, so by taking a little bit of a handful of spinach, look at this, guys, and just placing this back here, this is going to stay 3 times longer, okay? And if you just have the paper towel on top and not on the bottom, just turn it over like that and you're good to go, okay? You always want the paper towel on the bottom, okay? Now this just smells so incredible. I'm about to add a little more black pepper, please, okay? I don't even have to add any more garlic because I'm going to coat the spinach with my sauteed garlic and mushrooms and the caramelized onion. Okay, if you want to add some sausage to this, it'd be delicious. Some chicken, some strip steak. This is an incredible combination that we're going to add to the top of our pizza, and this is really what makes this pizza so special. Okay, it's vegetarian. Okay. Okay. Little trick I like to use is, I like to share is my little plastic fork. It's not going to scratch my non-stick pan. It's very lightweight, it's easy to clean, and it's not going to burn as long as you don't keep it in contact with the pan. Okay? But I like to mix this like this. Now the spinach is concentrating in size, getting smaller, but really it's going to expand in flavor. And with the addition of these spices, we just got this incredible flavor combination and complexity. Okay, we added the balsamic, which is going to bring big flavor and complexity along with our dry ingredients. This is pretty much ready to rock. Okay, let me show you how we make the pizza. Okay, this is going to rock your world. So I love using triple toasted Italian bread, sesame bread. Now what I want to show you is how I prepare this. With the serrated knife, I'm going to come down and I'm going to cut this bread down the middle. I like to put my finger on top of the blade. Now the blade is an extension of my finger, right? And I can take this and just section it like this, okay? So by going all the way through, I'm going to have two slices like this. I like to cut them in half again, and then what I'm going to do is double and triple toast this bread until it gets hard like this, okay? You want it hard and firm, so this is going to be our crust, and I promise you, you're going to love this, okay? So this can be done ahead of time, and what I want to bring to your attention now is our sauce. The sauce is prepared in 30 minutes. Okay, I use the best tomatoes available, red pack. I use a can of whole peeled plum tomatoes, which I pulverize for 3 seconds in my NutriBullet. And I combine 1 can of that pulverized whole peeled plum with 1 can of crushed tomatoes. And the red pack is really my favorite. I really love. You open the can of red pack and you just smell the aroma and the bouquet of the tomato. It's incredible. Okay. To those 2 cans, I'm going to add some sauteed garlic and oil in the bottom of a nice deep pot. And then I add my dry oregano, dry basil, 1 big bay leaf, and a little salt and some black pepper. Okay, and I'm going to allow this to cook for 30 minutes. That's it. And the garlic just brings incredible flavor. The olive oil, the dry spices really are bringing big flavor. So that's a simple marinara that I included with this recipe. Okay, now watch what we do. Once we've double or triple toasted our bread, and again, that's just to put it in the toaster for the time that you think you like, the time that you take to toast the bread. Use that time interval and then do it again. Now watch what I'm going to do here. I'm going to add a little sauce with a tablespoon to my 2 pieces of bread that I double toasted already. So they're nice and hard because I need the bread to hold up to the sauce and the cheese now. Now the cheese I prepare like this. I like to dice it, and it goes on really easy. The reason why I like to dice the cheese is I don't like using a box grater because I find I lose a lot of cheese in between the holes of the grater, and it's a pain in the neck to clean. Rather, I like to dice the cheese like this. And let me show you how I do this. I like to keep the cheese in the freezer, keep it nice and cold so that when you do go to dice it, when you do go to dice it, you can really cut it nice and thin. Okay, and let me show you what I mean. So this was in the refrigerator, and then I put it in the freezer for about a half an hour. So it gets a little hard, and you can cut it a little thinner. If it's really warm, if it's room temperature, it can get a little soft, and it's harder to cut very fine. So if you'll notice, I sliced my mozzarella thinly like this, then I stack them one on top of the other, and then I julienne the mozzarella. Okay, so now I have strips of mozzarella, and then I'm going to turn it and just dice it. You see, and when it's chilled, it's not going to stick to the blade, and you can cut through it much easier. Okay, and I like to have this on hand, and it's going to melt really nicely. What we're going to do now is, and you notice I'm using my Tupperware top as a cutting board or a platter to serve with. Okay, so I'm going to turn my toaster oven on, and this pizza goes back in the oven. Okay, in fact, I'm going to make a couple more for us. And again, we're going to just take our homemade sauce, and you can use store-bought sauce if you like. But this sauce recipe that I include is so easy, and I promise you, your family will love it. Okay, now just a little cheese here. And now why am I not adding any of the ingredients on top? This is supposed to be gourmet pizza. Well, these ingredients are already cooked. I don't need to worry about cooking them right now. What I want to do is melt this cheese, okay? So what we've done is gone ahead and double toasted the bread so that it's extra crunchy. Then we're going to reintroduce it to the toaster oven. It's going to toast the bread again, and we're going to melt the cheese. It's just incredible, okay? So let's see if we can get this, make a little room in here for these guys. Okay. And this is just an incredible snack after school for kids. Teens go crazy over this. You could also use a small hard cutting board like this. And again, you want something here to transfer the pizza from the toaster oven to your working surface so you can then dress it with your veggies. Now the plastic fork's going to come in handy again as we're going to dress our, we're going to make our pizza gourmet by adding these incredibly delicious and nutritious vegetarian options. Hey, we could add pepperoni to this. We could add thinly sliced chicken. I've added artichoke hearts. I've added eggplant, roasted peppers, you name it. Cauliflower, roasted in the oven, broccoli. When you make it at home, in the oven, in the pan, it always comes out delicious, sweet, especially when you roast these vegetables. And now we're going to have this triple toasted sesame seeded Italian bread. Hey, look, wait until you hear the crunch in this thing, okay? So it's all about the crunch, okay? So we're going to let this finish cooking just another minute or so, okay? Again, I sauteed these onions down so that they caramelized, and they really are going to bring incredible sweetness. If you don't have time to caramelize the onion, just go ahead and make those mushrooms, saute them with the garlic. Remember the garlic on top so that it doesn't burn on the bottom. And at the end, we added our organic spinach. Okay, all in one pan. You see there's no excess oil. Look at this, it's so healthy. I'm always making the vegetables extra so I can put it in a Tupperware and have it as a base to use as a side dish, or make a tortilla wrap, a burrito, a taco, put it over pasta, quinoa, basmati rice. There's just so much flavor going on here, okay? If you wanted to add peppers to this, it would change it considerably, but it'd be delicious. Okay, let's check out pizza. I'm gonna bring my my little cutting board over, and you notice that I had 2 slices of pizza on top of the oven. What I like to do is use the top of the oven as a warming station, okay? And that's a great way to just pre-toast any other bread, okay? But let's see, I think these guys over here are done. Oh boy, okay. So we'll let those guys finish toasting. Okay, this is my triple toasted pizza. So easy, but wait until you hear the crunch. Okay, we're gonna take our knife, our plastic fork, and you could use a set of tongs. Okay, just imagine the flavor here from the sauteed spinach. Don't forget about the spices we added. Okay, there's a lot going on here. And again, this is an incredible way of getting kids to try new vegetables. And again, not only try them, but fall in love with them, okay? We've got big crunch here happening. We've got big flavor from our sauce. By the way, I'm using part skim mozzarella with 56% less saturated fat than whole milk. You'll never get this part skim mozz in a pizzeria. They're gonna use white cheddar cheese, believe it or not. It's much cheaper than the mozzarella, and they're using full fat cheeses. Okay, this is a part skim, same flavor with much less saturated fat. Okay, okay, this is going to be the most incredible crunchy pizza you've ever had in your life. Let's try it. What do you think? Okay, don't forget I've got my sesame seeds here on the bottom. I need you guys to hear the crunch again. So much going on. The flavor of the mushroom, outstanding. The spinach, bringing in another incredible flavor, caramelized with, sauteed with the garlic. The onions, over the top. The sauce is delicious. And then you have this triple toasted bread that is just a winner. I hope that you'll agree. This is a great program and a great recipe. From my home to yours, my name is Chef Dr. Robert Dell'Amore with Power Food. Thank you again for tuning in. We'll see you soon. Thank you again.